Hi everyone, welcome to the Electricmotorgp. We are live in Singapore and we're at the Tesla showroom looking at the new Tesla Model Y, and we got access to the Tesla Model Y today to do a video to let you know exactly what the car looks like. The version we've got in front of us today is the long range all-wheel drive model, and definitely Tesla's knocked this one out of the park in terms of the way the car looks. Simple things that they've gone in, things like putting the lights down that reflects onto the Tesla logo, the shape of the light bar in front, the charging infrastructure, the design elements there are all quite unique, and Tesla seems to have got this one right. For those of you in Australia, we're not going to get access to even look at this car until about April. Test drives are going to start in the second or third week of April, and deliveries are going to start sometime in May. China's got their first deliveries this week, which means that they're far ahead of everyone else. But this happens to be a car that I think a lot of you are going to enjoy, and definitely will keep you updated and keep you posted with everything that's going on. I'm just going to do a quick video of the interior of the car so you can have a look at what the back seats look like. And so you can see the amount of legroom that is available for you here. And then if you look, the amount of head space that's available. The car also has got electric reclining seats as well, which you can use, and the car is generally more comfortable than it was before. Like I said, the engineers for Tesla seem to have got this one particularly right. Hopefully we get to start test driving the car. So I'm sitting inside a Tesla Model Y. This is the all-wheel drive long range, and I'm in Singapore where the car is yet to launch, but it is available for you to have a look at. Unfortunately, it hasn't come to WA yet, so we've had to come all the way to Singapore to be able to get access to it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to test drive it, but we will be able to look at the car and see how the infotainment system looks like. Now, if you remember the video I told you earlier on, the stalk is back, but just the indicator stalk. The actual gear selection is still within the infotainment system. Tesla is still able to do a lot of things that a lot of other cars are really desperate and envious of, so which makes them still probably the one with the target on the back, still the number one everyone's got to go after. So you've got the controls still remaining the same. Light controls, you can fold your mirrors, you can adjust your wipers, you can adjust your mirrors, you can adjust your steering, you can change stuff in between there. You can improve the dynamics of the acceleration of the car. This particular one does 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. It's still got a fantastic charging system. You've got the autopilot present in this one. You can lock it. The lights are still the same. Seats have been upgraded, and as you can see, all of the seats have got cooling, and the front two seats have got cooling and heating. The back two seats have got heating only. Sound system in this car is also awesome, as with the previous one. Let me see if I can get some kind of sound to play. No, we can't. Let's see what the front looks like. So looking in the interior of the car, you can see that Tesla's done a lot to make the car more comfortable. You've now got electric operated seats, and more importantly, the car is more comfortable. So looking at the design element of the car, you can see the panoramic roof, the ambient lighting is present as well. Door handles remain the same. However, you've got this little 8-inch screen at the back as well, which gives control for air conditioning, seat control. You could play music. So definitely car looks really amazing, and you can see the amount of space. Now I'm going to move over to behind the driver's seat, which I've got set up for me, and I'm 5'11", and you can see that there's a lot of legroom available for you. Right, so to summarize, Tesla's done a lot to try and improve this car. Simple things they've done include to improve the efficiency of the car in multiple different ways. Let's start from looking at the aerodynamics of the car. The drag coefficient has been reduced from 0.23 CD to 0.22 CD, which is a 4% improvement in the drag coefficient of the car. All of this is to try and improve the aerodynamics. It's now got a wraparound ambient lighting as well, with the new design in the tail light, in which the light is actually in the tail light and is reflecting off a little bar, which then gives the same amount of nits you'll get from a regular tail light in that particular design as well. A lot of emphasis has also been done to make simple things in the car look a whole lot better. The interior of the car has also gone through a change. But before we get to the interior, I also want to talk about the improvement in the performance and the range. So the base model now is able to achieve 593 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, which is 466 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. The long-range all-wheel drive model now has an improved range as well, 719 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, which is approximately about 551 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. The aerodynamic improvements contribute. When you look into the boot, a lot of effort has also been made to make the boot a lot more comfortable. You've got soft touch materials everywhere in the boot as well. All of this is to try and make it easier for you to access the boot and to make the boot itself more comfortable for putting stuff into it. The boot capacity is roughly about the same, it's 854 litres, but remember the Tesla measures it to the roof. Most people do not do that. The seats in the rear have also been made to be electronically foldable as well, which means they can fold down as well as fold up from push of a button, which is very impressive in how quickly they're able to do that. It is also important to note that the seats are also reclinable from the front. And in addition to this as well, you also, like I showed you earlier on, you've got a 8-inch touchscreen in the back, which is going to be for kids and everyone else in the back to be able to access simple controls like the air conditioning, like music, like also being able to watch things on the screen in the back as well. The dual motor is capable of acceleration 0 to 100 in about 4.3 seconds, which is faster than the previous one. That is in the launch model. Tesla's gone a long way to improve the interior of the car, and this is evident by the choice of materials that have been selected in the car. They're of a higher quality as well, and simple things have been done in this car to make things a lot better. So one of the things that people really wanted back in the car was the indicator stalks, which have been returned. Unfortunately, the gear selector stalk have not been brought back in the car. You still have to do that from the steering, from the infotainment screen. You've got two wireless chargers set in there. They're not cooled, but they're directly below the air conditioning vents, which does help to a certain extent. The screen is more sensitive at the moment. And like I mentioned earlier on, you've also got heated and cooled seats up front, and you've got heated seats in the rear. And all of this is designed to make the car more comfortable for whoever's going to be in it, by in the front or in the back as well. You've got large cubby holes in there that have got retractable covers to make the whole thing look more comfortable. You've got two cup holders present in the car as well. And you now have your wireless charging locations. Have also got soft touch materials everywhere in the lower part of the car and in the little buttons for your drinks. You've also got soft touch materials present. As stated earlier on, you've got wraparound ambient lighting around the whole car as well. So the base price of the rear-wheel drive model is now at 63,000, while the all-wheel drive is at 71,000 before onward cost in Australia. This is a sore point for quite a number of people. So I hope I've been able to give you a lot more information about the new Tesla Model Y, and hopefully you found this useful. And if you have, please like, subscribe and share, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon.